Very good morning to all my BBA second year students. Let us continue with the subject of BCS, that is business communication skills. Well, in these classes of business communication skills, we are going through various communication channels. First, we learned about the channels and medias of communication. Then we came to know about the organizational, according to the organizational context, we came to know about different channels of communication. There are three major channels according to the organization or organizational context, that is formal, informal and unofficial. We already studied the part of formal, we already studied the part of informal. Then next we learned about the downward communication. The next we learned about the downward communication. What are its advantages, disadvantages, and how downward communication is very useful in an organizational context, that is in the form of HERL form. HERL means according to the positions, that is the management is compromises of three levels of management, that is top level, middle level and lower level of management. So in this class or in this video, we will learn about the topic, that is the upward communication. Why is the upward communication is also essential in an organization? What are the pros and cons of upward communication? Let us understand in detail what is the form of upward communication. Now, upward communication. Upward communication flows from a subordinate position to the superior position. It is a type of communication which flows from bottom to the top position in an organization. Now, the information need not always, it has to be which is flowed from top to bottom. There are also informations which flow from bottom to the top. Suppose example, if we take of a college. So the bottom level is of the students. So some information has to be passed from the students to the teachers to the management. So that is the part of upward communication, which flows from a bottom part of an organization to the topmost part of an organization. So it is obviously it is related to the subordinate and superior position. So it flows from a subordinate position to a superior position, that is from our lower level management to the middle level and from the middle level management to the top level of management. As we know, the management is compromises or consists of three levels, that is top level, middle level and lower level. So upward communication in literal meaning or in simple meaning, we can understand it as the communication which flows from the bottom of an organization or from the employee level or from the workers level to the CEO, to the chairperson, to the owner of an organization. That is the information flowing. And why it is important? Because it maintains a good relationship between the management and the employees. So employee, without human power, no organization can work forward. Without a human power, no organization can work forward. To encourage human power and to motivate human power, there is upward communication needed or required in an organization. To motivate the human, the HR, human resource in an organization, we need to have a upward communication in an organization. So example, if I'm feeling a bit, if I'm an employee of an organization, I'm not able to share what I'm feeling about my work to my authorities, senior authorities. So it will not be efficient for me to work efficiently in an organization, to work very hardworkingly, to give my 100% to an organization. So it is essential for me to make my senior authorities well aware that what is my opinion, my thoughts, or what is my feelings towards any decision, any process, any procedure, any rules, any regulation of an organization. I could be able to communicate with my senior authority to make myself comfortable, to make myself indulge in an organization. So that is the part of upward communication which is played in an organizational level. So it includes information about subordinate work performance. What is work performance? So there are different levels of work performance. Suppose there are 10 number of employees working in a company, but every person have different abilities, different skill set, different mindset. So they work according to their efficiency, best of their efficiency. But measuring, how do we measure the work performance, that a particular task should be completed in this manner, in a particular manner, in a particular time frame. So the whoever completes the task with the in a following the full information about the completion of the task, that is the rules regulation of the task, the timing of the task is and the correctness, or we can say the correct aptitude of the task, is said to be a good performer or a good performance. So how do we measure that? Because if there are equal levels, suppose there are 10 employees, and 10 employees are graduated from BBA. So their mindset, their abilities has to be on the same level. Maybe the personal abilities are different, but the educational qualification act as a background for the 10 employees to measure the work performance. So subordinate work performance can be measured from downward communication. Suppose there is a work performance negligence in an employee. So if there is upward communication, he could be able to make the superior or the TL inform about that I am not able to perform because of so and so reason. So that is the work of an upward communication. The next point is problem relating to work. Any problem arises relating to work, you are not friendly with your friendly with your colleagues, you are having problems with your colleagues, or we can say the table who is sitting next to you, or any other problem. So you can easily share with your superiors. So problem relation work is also understanding of work, knowing the work, getting along with others, able to share with others. So these are the things problems related to work. The next one is performance appraisal of subordinate. Now, what do we mean by performance appraisal? Now, in every MNC, that is multinational company, in a tenure of 1 year or 6 months, there are performance appraisal based on which the profile of an individual is upgraded. Profile means if there is a performance appraisal, they are given a grade system. So that grade system decides their abilities, their work set, their skill set, the efficiency, and also sometimes performance appraisal increase some percentage of their salary. So that is the basic part of a performance appraisal. So every individual does not have a same performance appraisal as the other. So indirectly or directly, have the persons having poor performance appraisals can be motivated, can be brought forward by the superiors or the TLs. Next is feedback of understanding of others. Now, feedback. What is the feedback? That any information is passed, giving your opinion or viewpoint is the feedback. That you understood the information, what is your doubt on the information, what is your idea, new idea of your information. That is the feedback of the understanding. Means suppose the information is passed, suppose information is passed, we the teachers inform you about various tasks to perform. So you are giving your feedback that, ma'am, there can be a better way of performing this task rather than going to following the traditional method. So that is the feedback given by the lower level employee or a subordinate to his superiors. Clarification of orders. Clarification of orders are clearance of doubt. Orders means there are some particular tasks given to the employees or the workers or the subordinates from the superior. So clearance of how to do, when to do, how well to do it is the clarifying the orders. Opinions, it is printed not, it is opinions, attitudes and feelings, not onions, it's opinion, attitudes and feelings. Now, opinions, attitudes and feelings means what? The subordinates are also persons belonging to having minds. So if there are 10 number of people and 10 different ideas, it is better for a management to work on it. So different opinions, attitudes and feelings are also help our organization to achieve its target objectives. Procedure, methods, practices followed during the work. It also, the downward communication also helps in the procedure, understanding the procedures, the methods, practices followed during the work. During the work means the entire work set of an employee. Suppose I joined a new multinational company. What is my work? What work I have to perform? Till what time I have to complete my work? In what manner I have to work? These are followed by process, procedures, methods, and practices. So that creates a new set of understanding between our employee and our superior. New ideas and suggestions. Obviously, there are generations coming, new generations coming in working in MNC. People are there until 40 years. There are new generation coming, new ideas and suggestions are also coming. So, improving a company's, what do you say? Improving a company's way of achieving its objectives and goals, or we can say improving the efficiency of employees with new ideas and suggestions can also be done through the process of downward communication. Sorry, through the process of upward communication. Now, next is personal and family problems. So, we can say in an MNC or any company, the employees are working for 9 hours out of 24 hours. So it becomes like a second family or second home. So a person will able to work efficiently if he has a free mindset. So how can a person have a free mindset? Sharing his personal or family problems among the friendly persons or the friendly colleagues here, he is what do you say, comfortable with to share it. So these are the advantages, these are the information about the upward communication, which helps to create a strong bonding between the management to achieve its organizational goals and objectives, and also between employees, superiors, and employee of different groups or colleagues of different groups. Now coming to the part of advantages. What are the advantages of the upward communication? The first point is development of plans. Now, in upward communication, there are more developments of plans and procedures, because see, if a task is given to 10 number of subordinates, so they develop a plan that this is the method to be done, this is the procedure to be done, or we can say this is the time frame to be done, and this is the correct method to be done. So there are developments of very much developments of ideas, suggestions, plans in the process of upward communication, and they are suggested to the superior authority. The next point is providing suggestions and opinions. What is providing suggestions and opinions? Obviously, if a person of in an MNC, or we can say in a company, there are n number of people coming from the n number of people coming from the various backgrounds, cultures, we can say different families. So there are different suggestions and different opinions. There is a saying that 100 minds are better than one mind. So there are 100 opinions and 100 suggestions are better than one suggestion and one opinion. So we can say it helps to create new strategies, new plans, new implementations of a goals, and new work procedure in an organization. The third part is motivating to employees. How does it motivate? As upward communication belongs to the employees, or we can say belongs to the subordinates, it motivates them, because the subordinate think they are also important in an organization, they belong to an important part of the organization. Whereas in downward communication, the subordinates were not given such rights and authorities or such privileges that they would think that they are a part of an organization. So it motivates employees that we have to achieve one common goal, one common objective, and to be a well efficient employee for its organization. The next is providing constructive suggestions. What is constructive suggestion? Constructive suggestions are some complex matters need constructive suggestions. Complex matters means if there is some emergencies in an in and around an organization. So there are constructive suggestions, that 2-point suggestions that can help an organization or the management of an organization to solve those complex problems and to deal with them correctly. The next 5th point is creating and innovating, developing, creating and innovations. Now, obviously, when the upward communication is freely done in an organization, there is developing, creating, innovating, because there are number of newcomers in an organization. So it helps and develops the newcomers, new ideas, new suggestions in an organization, and to make an organization better and better. So there are past rules, regulations, procedures agreed, but new suggestions bring up a new challenge, bring up a new motivation to face the challenges in and around an organization, and also to achieve the goals of an organization. The next is providing feedback. Now, providing feedback is the work of and receiver. The receiver of the message provide the feedback. In downward communication, we saw that it passes from the superior to the subordinate. Here, there is also importance of feedback. That is, from a subordinate to the superior, there is also a feedback. We understood the information given, what are the doubts, the clearance of the doubts, the way alternative method of doing the work. So these are the parts of feedback which is given by the subordinates to its superiors and the employees to its TLs or any other higher authority which is responsible for the employees. Good labor management relationship. Obviously, if there is upward communication, then there will be a good good labor and management relationship. How there will be a good labor and management relationship? Because see, if I'm able to share my problems, my family problems, if I'm able to give suggestions, if I am motivated to do the work, if my suggestions are heard, if I am a better employee, if I'm proved to a better employee, if I have given an importance. So these are the, if I'm giving performance appraisal, if I'm given the, gift coupons for my work done. So it creates a inside happiness inside a person, that he is satisfied with the work he is given to the he has given to the organization, and he is satisfied with the work mentally and physically. Then it will reflect the relationship of the management and the employee. It will reflect the relationship of management and the employee, which indirectly or directly deals with the favoring with the good relationship between the management and the laborers. Next is creating favorable environment. Creating favorable environment means it should have such environment in an organization that every person in an organization are comfortable, are made to listen to and are listened to. Means they should all follow the orders, and if they are giving new suggestion and ideas, they are heard also. So this is creating a favorable environment. See, one-way communication never lasts long or never appreciated well. So the upward communication helps the downward, with the help of downward communication, makes a bridge between the sender, that is the superiors, and the subordinates, and it maintains a favorable environment in the organization. Next is promote harmony. So promote harmony, how does it means that if there are downward communication, there is no superiority or no attitudes of the superior which is being tolerated by the subordinate. So it creates harmony between the groups, between the TLs, between the team members, and also a superior and a subordinate relationship. Next is decision making. Now, sometimes our juniors or our younger siblings teach us the best lessons. So in an organization also, there is not that only a top level management can decide best for the company. Sometimes it needs to have the decisions of the lower level of management or middle level of management to make a better decision for the company for the achievement of goals and objectives. Now, coming to the last part, that is disadvantages. What are the disadvantages of the upward communication? Change of information. Obviously, if downward to upward change of downward to upward information is passed, there is a reason that it can change the information. Changing of information is very possible and very I can say very possible reason of change of information. How? Because there are n number of employees and everyone wants performance appraisal, everyone wants increment in their salary. So there can be change of information and also a change in the passing of information. It is passed from the various person to the superior, so it may change in between. Second is unwillingness. What is unwillingness? Unwillingness means sometimes due to jealousy, due to impact, or due to what do you say, laziness, subordinate do not communicate with the superior authority due to the superiority of the superior also. Superiority means showing ego and attitude of the position he has in an organization. So that is also becomes an unwillingness for an subordinate to show efficient, or we can say to show unwillingness in the form of communication. Fear of insufficiency. Now, insufficiency means what? We are not efficient enough to do the task. So fear of insufficiency is when an employee feel insufficient about the environment of the company, about his pay slip, or about any other issues in the management, then it is fear of insufficiency means it's unwillingly doesn't give any efficient work or efficient performance in an organization. Next, in indiscipline. How does indiscipline part affect the organization? Indiscipline means in the procedure when the superior and subordinate become very friendly, then there are parts where indiscipline is occurred in an organization. Friendly, too much becoming friendly with the superior can also perform and form a what do you say, indiscipline part or indiscipline scenario in an organization. Delay. Now there are number of employees. When passing of information, all the employees have to agree on the point. Everyone has to give their accent or give their assent to pass the information to the superior or the middle level management. So it becomes a delay in the process of passing of information from downward to the upward, uh, downward to upward communication. Last is superior negligence. Now the superior is also having some superior powers, so he neglects the employees, that he does not give any importance to the suggestions, ideas, or we can say the relation maintenance from the subordinates to the superior position. So these are all the part of upward communication. We discussed what is upward communication, examples we took, we discussed the advantages and disadvantages of upward communication. In the next class, we will learn about lateral or horizontal communication. So that's all for today's video. If you are having any doubt in your notes or in the videos, you can WhatsApp me or call me anytime. Thank you, one and all.